Hey everyone, this is Angie. Today we have a 4th of July project. You can use this for any holiday. I mean, it would be adorable for just a summer project. And it's a little popsicle box. And when you open it, we have some candy inside here. Now when you're going to close it, you want to close it here and just slide it back in. You don't want to push this in because it won't stay in there really well. Now I'm going to tell you everything we need for this project, and if you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Angie and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I post on Tuesdays and Sundays. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications each time I upload a new video, and give it a thumbs up and like if you enjoy the projects. I'm going to just show you basically what we need for this. We're using real red, white, and we're also using Secret C. And then we're using the mini alphabet for the USA. We're using the Round We Go, and I'm going to actually change the front of this a little bit, and I'll give you just two ideas to do this. I use this for this one, and I embossed those on there like little fireworks. I use the Time to Celebrate on that one. You can even use Happy Birthday for a 4th of July one. And then I'm using the Everyday Arches for these arches here. All right. All these supplies are listed in the inspiration sheet I put on my blog at stampingwithamore.com. The full list is there. So you are going to need to cut 2 of the real red. And then you need to cut, I'm going to use the Secret C again because the ribbon matches, but you can use any of the blues you have, and then 1 white. So you need to cut out 4 altogether of the arches, and the same size arch, which is this one right here, and this arch is 4 inches tall by approximately 2.5 wide. And then I'm going to use this one also from the Round We Go. And we are going to make some fireworks with that one. And I'm just going to change it a little bit on the front here. All right, and then you also need a piece of real red. And this piece is 8.5 by 2. All right, so let's get started by putting together, actually let's score this first. That would be the easiest to do. So we're going to score this piece first. That's the only piece we're actually going to have to score. So you are going to score on the 2-inch side, and you're going to score it at 1/2. And 1.5. So it's a 1/2 inch on each end. And then on the 8.5 inch side, you're going to score it at 3 and 5.5. And that's it for our scoring. So what I'm going to do here is on these score marks on this end here, we are going to just cut it straight. You want to keep it straight so it gives you a way to line these up, and I'll show you that here in a minute. We're going to sharpen all these score marks. Okay, and then on this one, this is going to be the inside part of our box. So what you want to do is you want to make this as square as possible. I'm going to grab some glue dots first. And I'm going to put 1 on each inside piece here. Let's just open this up so I can show you. We're going to put 1 here, 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 and here. Just on the very inside part. This is just so that we can line this up really good. I tried, y'all, I've been working on this for a week. I tried everything in my power to get it to be arched, the box to be arched, and there was no way it was going to work out. So this was my alternative. So you're going to take this and you're going to line this edge. That's why I wanted you to keep that straight to this edge here. And you want to make sure it's nice and square. Do it on all 4 sides. And you can see, if we can press that down, there we go, this one too. You can see it's pretty well straight, and when we get it on the box, it'll even be straighter on the arch. Now, what I was talking about, I was trying to get it to go all the way around an arch like, and there was no way. The box, depending on where I glued it, was a different size every time. And I tried like 5 different times, and it just wasn't working. And I thought this turned out just fine the way it is. Now, there is a right side and a wrong side to these. First thing we're going to do, we're going to decorate the one on the top here. So what you're going to do, oh, I do need my trimmer. You're going to line these up, and they'll fit right into each other like that. You want to line those up first. And I'm going to grab my trimmer here, and we are going to cut this at 1 1/4. So I'm just going to put it here at 1 1/4. We're going to cut both of them at the same time. So we're going to cut that one at 1 1/4, and then we're going to do 1 1/4 again. So it's going to make 3 pretty even pieces. We're going to take the secret C from the top, and you can keep these other ones because you can use them. You can change it around and put it in a different order. Like you can put the blue on the bottom, however you want to do it, but we're going to keep these pieces for the future, and we're going to use these 2 pieces. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the white piece right here. And we are going to stamp it with a secret C. I'm going to stamp it right in the center. That secret C is so pretty. All right, now we are going to add it to one of our arches here. I'm going to use wet glue for this, and we are going to line these up perfectly because they will fit right in together. You can feel it like fitting in to the spot. Make sure it's nice and straight. And then we're going to put this one on. Line that one up. All right, there we go. All right, I think that's good. All right, so next thing that we're going to do is we're going to attach this piece we just made. And I am going to use some tear and tape for this. And the other part I'm going to use wet glue. But the first side I'm going to just use tear and tape. Make sure it's down really nice and sturdy. And I forgot to tell you the box piece. I'll show you that here in just a second. We are making a double-walled box, by the way, which makes this really sturdy and good enough where you can, oh, I messed that up. Got off. Let's pull this back. Make sure you keep it nice and straight. Okay, so this box piece is 6.5 by 6 3/4. Don't worry about the measurements, they'll be in the inspiration sheet. All right, so we're going to take this backing off here. This is not hard at all to do, y'all. It may be a little bit longer video, but because we have to do the box and all that. But stick with me because it's so cute. I think it'd be a great for any occasion type box. I think it'd be adorable as a summer box. All right, so I'm gonna line this up on here. You wanna make sure your bottom matches up with the bottom here and it's straight on the side. Now be real careful. If my head gets in the way, I'm sorry. I wanna line this up really good. And then this bottom one, I'm not going to push it down till I got it where I want it. All right, I'm going to take my bone folder. Oops, didn't get that one lined up good. All right. And take my bone folder, make sure that's all nice and down. This bone folder, y'all, it's a gem. All right, now we're gonna put the top piece on, or the back piece. I'm not putting anything on the back piece, I'm just leaving it the real red. And we're gonna go ahead and glue this one. And we can get this one all lined up. And these do have sides on it, so make sure you have the right side up. And I'm going to make sure my bottoms are lined up. Let me look this way. Make sure those are lined up with your edges. I'm going to go ahead and get this one down because it's already. And then get this one. And then make sure you get the top part. All right. So there is our top piece. I'm going to go ahead and decorate it now, and then we'll make the box for the inside. And I'll tell you how I got the popsicle sticks to work and all that. All right, so I cut 2 of these from the Round We Go, and I'm going to use these this time for fireworks. So I'm going to glue these on here, one on the top and one on the bottom. After I thought about it, I loved this idea for this. With these as fireworks. And I'm going to put one down here at the bottom. But you can do the embossing. I used white embossing powder for the other one, and I just embossed those pieces. And you have to do all that before you put it on the box. And then I cut 3 from the mini alphabet dies. You know how I love those. And I had a bunch. I keep them all in here, and I got all different colors and stuff in here. And we are going to put that on, but I'm going to put it on this little firework here. I'm not going to put it on this side, so I'm just going to put the USA right on here. Which, of course, if you're not from the USA, you can put whatever you want on here. These mini alphabets, y'all, I have used these a ton. I need to scoot it over a little bit. That's why I use this wet glue, so I can move these around. Okay. You can put it on the side if you want, but I like it there right over that little firework. So I think that's so cute too. All right, so you have 2 ideas there. Let's make the box. Now the first thing I want to talk about is these, and this is to be able to pull the box in and out, but I wouldn't do it to push it in because the inside piece is just a piece of cardstock and it may come off. I don't think it's strong enough because it only has like regular glue on it. But this I put together using E6000. I just cut 2 pieces. And I cut 1 piece that was 2 3/8, and then this bottom piece is 3 inches. And I made a few of them because, and I left it overnight, y'all. So you want to make these like the day before if you're going to make a bunch of them, because it takes that E6000 longer to glue. You can use probably hot glue or super glue, but I love the E6000 because I know it's super strong and it's not gonna break. All right, so this is what we're using for that. So I would do that ahead of time. And then let's go ahead and score for our box. And like I said, this is a double-walled box, which I love these because they're so sturdy. So on this box, you're only going to score 1. Oops. Oh, I didn't wax this, y'all. 1 and 2. And then just do 1 and 2 on every side, on all 4 sides. So it's super easy to score. Okay, and And that is going to be it. Now I'll show you how to cut this. Okay, I'm going to use my little snips here. So on this one, you're going to cut down to the second score mark, and on this part too, down to the second score mark. You're going to cut these two off completely. You're going to cut the top off of this one, and you are going to cut into this one. We're going to do the exact same thing on all four sides. We're going to cut down to the second score mark. You're going to cut off these two on the end. Cut this top one off here. And you're going to cut in to those two. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut slightly, just very, very slightly, that end there. So when it folds in really good. Just a tiny, tiny bit. All right, so we're going to flip it around and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to cut down here to the second, down here. I'm going to cut that one off right here. Cut the top one off. And then cut into that. Again, I am going to cut a little bit off of here. And we're going to cut down again. Second score mark on both of these. Cut there and then cut this top one off. I'm going to cut a little bit off of here. Tiny, tiny bit. And then cut into these. All right, and then I'm going to make sure I have all these cut a little bit too. I think I didn't do this side. It just helps a little bit to cut into these. All right, so that's what it's going to look like. This really goes together really easily. All right, so we're going to sharpen our score marks on this. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check which side is the 2.5 inch side, which I believe it's this side right here. And yes, it is. So what we're going to do is on this side right here, you're going to fold that over. And this is one of the punches that comes in those that 3-pack that I talk about all the time that I use like crazy. And it's the punch assortments. And then you're just going to set this, try to center it the best you can. And you're going to punch through both of those. The only way I figured to punch this is you're going to have this part showing on the inside, but it's not going to make a big difference. All right, so now what we're going to do is put adhesive on all 4 glue tabs here. I'm going to go ahead and use my Seal Plus. You can use your tear and tape. Anything that's strong, if you have the patience to sit and hold the glue, wet glue, you can use that. All right, now we're just going to line these up. Make sure you line them up really good too. All right, I am going to first take my little stick here and I'm going to put it through the bottom slit like that, and it makes this really sturdy. So I'm going to add some, I'm going to just use wet glue on this part, and you want to use quite a bit. You want to make sure the glue's all the way down around it. Then you're just going to flip this over so you can't see the popsicle stick there. You want to make sure it's all sealed real good, and then we're going to seal all of these down. So let's just put some wet glue on all of those. And we'll do this one first. It makes a really nice box, y'all. And make sure they're all in there really good like that. Now it's going to fit pretty tight, but you want it that way because you don't want it to fall out. I didn't grab any candy, any other candy, so you're going to just kind of squeeze the end there and then just push it in. Don't push it in with this, especially when you first glued it, because you want that to stay. When you're pushing it in, just push it in this way. You can pull it with this, but I wouldn't push it, and it fits in there really, really nicely. And then we're going to grab our ribbon. I'm using the Secret C ribbon, and I'm going to tie a bow around the bottom. Oops, I think I got too much there. Let's make that a little shorter. Just make your bow. And y'all, these are not hard at all to do. It takes a little bit more time because you got to prepare your sticks, but oh my gosh, it's so worth it. It's really, really cute. You can make them for a birthday party. I messed up that bow, y'all. You know how I am with bows. I got to do it right. You can put any kind of candy, and that one I just put red, white, and blue candies. I used a Ghirardelli's and some red and silver Hershey's Kisses. Let's cut that and that one. And there you have it, y'all. So there you have it, 2 little popsicle boxes. I hope you enjoyed this, everyone, and I will catch you in the next one. See you later, everyone. Bye.